All right, time for the second part of the morning. See if this one starts. Oh yeah, this one's been good. This one will choke down the bad gas and hardly ever complain. I used it at the beginning of hunting season, so I wasn't too concerned. I'm gonna throw the plow on here, grab the chainsaw. You know, there's nothing better than having every piece of machinery you own running at the same time. And your chainsaw. This is gonna be a good day. Good morning, everybody. I've got good news and I've got bad news. Bad news is it snowed again. So that means I got to get the plow ready. Well, I've already got everything ready. I just have to put the plow on the bike. The good news is if you watched my channel last year and the year before, you know Gary bought a new snow machine. Gary had nothing but problems with the new snow machine. My buddy is a head mechanic at one of the car dealerships in town. We couldn't figure it out. Brand new machine. I think it all boiled down to bad gas. New gas that I just bought that was bad. Went back to the same gas station, got more gas, and that caused a month of troubleshooting. I think it was bad gas from the dealership. The good news, I came out, put some gas in it. Because I was smart, I emptied the tank at the end of last season. Didn't even charge the battery, which is a bad on me, I know. And it fired right up. I think we're good to go. I'm gonna go bust a trail around the 90 acres today if there's not too much water in the swamp because it's not frozen. But we can start taking the chainsaw and start clearing out the trail. Pretty much the whole summer we can't get to the far side of the trail without crossing a big swamp. So I don't go in there. But in the winter, we can expand our range. We can start exploring with the snow machine. And Gage loves chasing the snow machine. Hello! Ha-ha! All hooked up and working. You ready? So I took a look at the trail. I'm just a little too gung-ho. There's no chance we can take this back through the swamp yet. It's still muddy. So we're gonna have to wait a couple weeks here. I could walk it with the chainsaw, but that's a lot of work. So we're just gonna wait. I'm so happy that everything's running. I don't even mind shoveling the step. This is the first time this winter, and it definitely won't be the last. But I don't care. And I got the snowblower running 2 weeks ago, so I'm ahead of the game. I've even got all my Christmas decorations out and put up. Look at that. Reminds me of my grandfather. He made me all that stuff probably about 12 years ago. So I enjoy putting it out. Makes me think of him. Gage likes shoveling the step too. Gonna take the camera and do some photography today. I've got my 300mm f2.8 lens, which I have not tried on my new A6600. So this camera I bought, I don't know, 6 months ago, and it has really good autofocus. And this lens, back in the day, an f2.8 was, about a $6,000 lens, and it had to have some of the snappiest autofocus around because guys were using these for sports. So that's an A-mount lens. We're going to try it on the E-mount with an adapter and just see what we can get. I don't know. I'd love to get some birds. I'd love to get some wildlife. There's not a lot of stuff in the forest up here right now, and with Gage running around behind me, I'm probably not going to be able to get any deer, but I don't know. Let's just go see what we can get. So as suspected, Gage is a nightmare to work with out here. I got some little mushrooms and fungus on a stump back here. As soon as I show interest in anything, he's got to be right in there. Nose and tail. And anyway, working with 300mm, it's a challenge to begin with, but then you throw him on top of it, it's a nightmare. I'm not sure that I'm enjoying this experiment anymore. And this old lens, really, it's made for a specific thing, right? There he goes all over it. Just knocked the snow off my stump. Luckily, I took a couple pictures before he just knocked all the snow off the top of it. But what I was gonna say is that this lens is really made for a specific thing, and that's kind of like a sports portrait, where you need to blur the background of stuff. It does work for nature as well, but you wouldn't have spent $6,000 on a super fast lens like this to shoot plants and things. And that's kind of what I'm shooting with it today. I'm going to take a couple of shots with the phone as well, just to show you the quality of the new S20 Ultra photo mode. It's pretty amazing. And you wouldn't want to carry around 6 pounds of camera and lens when you can do pretty much the same thing with your phone nowadays. If we saw some deer or something like that, then you would want this lens. But for anything that you're going to shoot that's just standing still and macro stuff, the phones are so good now.